Hey guys, what's up? It's Marcos Villegas being joined with featherweight champion Oscar Valdez, who fights on this Pacquiao versus Vargas pay-per-view coming up on November 5th, defending his title against a very tough Japanese guy, Hiroshige Osawa. We're right in the middle of training camp. Got a chance to see you train. You're looking good. Give me an update on how this camp is going so far.
I mean, it's going great. I can't complain. Like I've always said, I got a perfect team behind me. You got Manny Robles and Edgar Hasso that's every day pushing me to a limit. We love to work hard, and it's our hobby, it's our parties, this is everything for us. We love what we're doing, and we try to show it every day in the gym.
Your mitt work in particular has starting to get a lot of fame online because you start throwing these crazy combinations, 4, 6, 8. You're really fast, and it takes a lot of people back. Like, damn, man, how's this guy able to throw so many combinations and have that amount of power? Does your coach ever get surprised, or do you ever get surprised? Like, oh, dang, I threw that really fast.
Yeah, I mean, every time I see it on videos, even me, I think, wow, that looks very, very fast. And a lot of people don't believe me. They say, oh, you're fast forwarding it. You're fast forwarding on the videos. And no, I mean, that's not that. I think it got a lot to do on Manny Robles. We like I said, he pushes us to a limit, and we can't stay behind. We got a lot of competition in this gym. You got all these hungry fighters out here like Jesse Magdaleno, or you got now recently Joselito Velasquez. You got all these tough fighters that there's always kind of competition. Who wants to be the faster boxer? Who wants to be the harder hitting fighter? And we all help each other out in the gym.
Dude, man, it's funny when you say like, oh, people are mentioning you go and you fast forward. Like, how much time that would take to like go in, drop the footage into an editing program, and then put the fast forward filter? Like, they would take way too much time. But you mentioned the other people here at the gym. Jesse in specific is fighting on this card with you as well. I know he's defending his title against Nonito. How have you guys helped push each other? I
mean, it's always like I said, there's always competition in the gym. Everybody wants to be the better fighter, and that helps us. It's nothing personal. It's just we all try to help each other out and motivate each other out. And I think everyone considers this as a one-man sport. I look at it as a contract. I think we're all a team. We got the trainers, we got other fighters that help each other out. I think we're just a perfect team. I think lions stick with lions.
Were you always that fast, or did it naturally get to that point where you're at now?
I think it helped a lot. Me growing up with my father. My father's we've always done sports. I used to swim a lot, so I think that helped a lot. I've always been considered as a fast fighter. When I was a little kid, they used to call me Speedy. They used to Speedy, but I don't know. Every time I think I kept on progressing. Every time I was fighting, I kept on fighting. I kept progressing.
Looking at your opponent, and for those that are watching right now, it's a tough guy. And the one thing about Japanese fighters, even though they may lack a little bit of technique, they fight. They got a lot of heart. With that being said, when you look at tape of him now that you're in camp, what do you see of him as a fighter?
I've seen him fight before. He's a tough fighter. I don't think I think it's not easy, obviously, to be ranked #1 in the WBO. I think he worked hard to get into that position. And, I know these Japanese fighters, they all got one thing in common. They got heart. And especially now that he's fighting for the world title. He wants to take something away from me, something that I worked so hard to get, which is my belt. And, I know he's going to come in with everything he's got. So for that, I got to work hard. It doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really matter if people don't know him in the boxing world. The reason why everyone doesn't know him is because he did his career mostly in Japan. But like I said, that doesn't bother me at all. For me, I just picture him as a hungry Japanese fighter that wants to take something away from me, and I can't take him lightly. I can't take none of these fighters lightly. So that's why I got to train hard in the gym, and I picture him as a monster coming after me. So that's why I got to work hard, and I'm gonna give it everything I got and do what I have to do to come victorious at night.
It's hard finding video of him, though, online. I had to really search. When you get an opponent like that, what can you do with the limited amount of tape you could find?
Especially because it's hard to find that name, when it's written in Japanese, I can't really find footage of him. But, I've seen him fight before that, which helps me a lot. And like I said, if you win fights in the gym, I work very hard here in the gym. I spar a lot of types of styles. So whatever he brings to the fight is not going to be something new to me. I got a lot of amateur background. I fought a lot of Japanese fighters, a lot of Asian fighters, a lot of Russian fighters, or European fighters. I got all these styles that helped me now as a professional. So it's not going to be something new to me.
Have you ever fought in Japan?
No, never fought in Japan.
I keep hearing from people that have been to fights in Japan. It's a really weird experience because over here, fans are loud, they interact. Over there, everybody's like quiet. So you can hear like a pin drop because everybody's like real respectful and like really, really observant. So I was just curious because the guys coming from Japan and everything. Your division is quickly becoming a premier division like welterweight in boxing. I know recently there's been some rumblings that maybe Santa Cruz is rematching Carl Frampton. I know you're probably interested in either of those guys, and obviously the winner because it gives you a chance to unify as well. What do you make of all that?
I mean, what boxer out there wouldn't want to get a chance to fight these guys? Obviously, I got a tough fight in front of me. Not looking to pass this, not looking over this fighter. But if they were to ask me this question after a fight, I would love to fight these fighters. I would love to fight all these guys. I would love to unify my belt. Why not? One thing about me is I want to be considered as a fighter who's not scared of fight anyone. And I don't want my name out there to be known as the guy who is ducking this fighter, who's ducking this fighter, who's making his own weight divisions or none of that stuff. I want to be considered as a legit fighter, and why not fight these big names? But like I said, right now, I'm strictly concentrated on Osawa. And after this fight, if God wants come out victorious, why not fight these big names?
Bothers you a little bit, the whole making your own weight division and all that? Because I know it's been happening recently in boxing.
Hey, what boxer out there doesn't get bothered? I mean, you got to respect the sport. I think that's a slap in the face to all the fighters that work hard and do whatever they got to do to make weight. For other fighters just to come out there and make their own weight divisions. In that case, I'll make my own weight division. Let's fight with the division I'm right now, and for this title. But trying to think about that too much. I worry about my own things. Everybody got their own thing, their own problems. I got my own, and I'm gonna worry about my own career.
What do you make of that rematch if it does happen between Leo and Carl? Do you favor one or the other? And do you think it'll be the same type of matchup that we saw back at the Barclays when they fought?
I think it's going to be a good fight. That's all I can say. I think it's a good fight. It's a toss-up right there. They're both very good fighters. Very good fighters. You got to admire both of them, their boxing skills. Frampton has very good boxing skills. Santa Cruz has that warrior heart to come out there and throw a lot of punches and just wear you out. And they're tough fighters. They're tough. Anything can happen in the boxing world. That's why I get excited when I hear these names. In the future, we can make these fights.
You feel you're better than them?
Yes. Yeah. I got it.
Look out right away. Yeah.
I mean, I can't be a fighter who thinks that someone's better than you. You always got to think positive. And even though you're going up against Floyd Mayweather, and you say, well, you think you're going to beat him? Of course you got to think you're going to beat him. You can't go out there and say, maybe he's going to beat me, and let's see what happens. You always got to think positive. That's why when they mention these big names, and I truly do believe I could beat them. I do say with confidence, but I know it's not easy, but I know I could beat them.
What do you feel sets you apart compared to them?
My mentality, my dedication to a sport. I think that's a big key. And like my team, my dedication, and my faith in God, everything.
I think you're forgetting one important thing, and I think your combination of speed and power. I think you, at this current weight, compared to the other fighters at this weight, you're a lot more explosive than a lot of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, that too. I think we all work hard. I'm pretty sure the same way I work hard. The other fighters are working hard, but we all got our gifts. Maybe I'm a little bit faster, but maybe they hit a little harder, and maybe I hit harder, but maybe he uses his legs a little bit more wiser than I do. Man, we all got our gifts, but it all depends on that night how you use them.
The night of the fight, is there a particular punch you feel you're going to land on Osawa? in that it'll make you either set up for the win or get the win based off that punch?
Not really. I mean, to be honest, I don't really picture myself with a one hitter quitter, has to say. You know, I don't picture myself as a one shot knockout and then staying in the fight. I visualize this fight going to 12 rounds. Obviously, I visual myself being the better fighter, boxing on being the better technique fighter in there, and that's how I visual all my fights. The good thing that all my fights, most of my fights have ended up as knockouts, but I know that's not gonna always be the case. So my mentality is always go in there and picture myself on going to all the 12 rounds.
So you don't ever like look at the guy when you're looking at tape and think like, you know what, I think this is gonna land on him. I just kind of have a feeling.
Yeah, I do, but my main mentality is always to go all 12 rounds, all go to distance.
You don't want to like rely on that thing.
Yeah, I always rely on that, but I always kind of do think about, this shot can end the fight. But all right, we're going 12 rounds, and then I start thinking, maybe this punch can end it, but now 12 rounds. That's always my main mentality in every fight.
But if you had to pick a punch, which one do you think is going to work on him?
Just thinking because he's a taller fighter, probably over right hand. You know, that's it all depends who the fighter is, which I visualize the punches.
All right, Oscar, I know we're going to go in and catch up with you next week. You're having your media day. Hey, man, thanks for having us in the gym, man. It was cool watching you hit the mitts and working out. Oscar Valdez, of course, defending his title coming up. Pacquiao versus Vargas, undercard November 5th on pay-per-view.